evening to you. My name's Wayne, I'm the Lone Headbanger, as you're well aware. So this week's video is going to be kind of a long one because I've got a few odds and ends that I want to cover. I'm sorry about the angle and the lack of light and all the rest of it, but I've done this one late. So I wanted to start with something really brief, and that's talking about death. So I'm sorry if this is a bit bleak, but this has been triggered, isn't the right word, but this has come up because just recently, in the last 24 hours or so, there have been 3 deaths in the rock and metal world. First off was Joey Jordison, who, famous drummer of Slipknot, guitarist in Murder Dolls, who was also in Scar the Martyr, and he was a bit of a revolutionary when it came to drumming, metal drumming that is, and sad to see him pass. We still don't know the details. Age 46, went in his sleep, so it could have been anything. Then it was Mike Howe, I think his name is, from Metal Church. Never really been a fan of Metal Church. I have seen them a couple of times, but they're not the band I've really got into. But his death was announced yesterday as well, if I'm thinking correctly. And then literally in the last half an hour I've discovered that the bassist from ZZ Top, Dusty Hill, has gone. It's terrifying, the rate at which people can just disappear. So I know it's cliche, but look after your friends and family. They won't always be there, and just appreciate them. So that's one piece out the way. Second part. So I am now 100% off my medication. I haven't had any sertraline since Sunday, and I'm in a massive downward spiral at the moment. I'm struggling really badly. The reason I'm off them is because next week I start a new medication which I can't spell or pronounce because the names are like that, aren't they? Venlafaxine or something like that. I'll find out at some point. I might even stick a link in a thingy in the corner. And it's weird because having to come off the sertraline, I'm now seeing the real me, the way I am at the moment, and it's like peeling off a plaster and seeing the underneath there's still a massive cut, and it's still bleeding and what have you. I've got no emotional blockers in at the moment. I have got, like, there's something I can take on a daily basis when and how often I need it. I had to take one yesterday because I had a complete emotional breakdown. I'm not going to go into the details, but there was just a lot going on, and I couldn't cope. Took one of those, and after an hour and a half lying down, I stabilised. But I came dangerously close to doing things that I may or may not have regretted the following day. And it's just so strange to see the damage firsthand. When I've come off sertraline before, any kind of antidepressant, last time I was on sertraline, I came off a cold turkey, and I just kind of got on with it and fought through, and I was okay. But this time it's clear that there's a lot more damage, and this isn't the kind of thing that medication is going to solve on its own. It's severe. I knew there was a lot of work involved, but there is a lot of work involved. This isn't going to go away anytime soon. Forgive me if I'm a little quiet as well. I managed to scream myself hoarse yesterday and then trying to talk to a customer who was partially deaf. That was clever of me. I've got a lot of support on at the moment, which is great. A couple of close friends and work are cooperating, let's put it like that, trying to find a balance between, keeping me sane and productive and alive, while also not stressing me out to the point where I off myself. Because at the moment, Bloodstock is literally 2 weeks away. This time in 2 weeks I'll be there, and that is the only thing keeping me going. Now what I intend to do once Bloodstock is gone is I intend to curb my drinking habits, because while I'm on this new medication that I'm going to be going on to, I need to focus, and I need to make an effort. I'm at a point at the moment where I'm not making any effort, and I just, if I survive a day, then I'm pretty much calling it luck at this point. It's not by choice. So I'm hoping that after Bloodstock, I've got that week off booked, I can just try and stabilise myself and try and look forward to something. And I'd like to get my band on Bloodstock next year, just play the Jaeger stage perhaps, that'd be cool. So I've got to have I've got to give myself some kind of purpose, But it's difficult. But my message to you would be, despite the amount of struggling that I'm doing right now, there is hope. There is, there is help incoming. There are things that are keeping me afloat at the moment, which is good, because I'm permanently exhausted. Even though I've been getting a decent night's sleep, I'm just so tired. Next Tuesday night I'll probably go to bed around 6 o'clock in the evening, just so I can get a decent night's sleep and be rested for the following day. I think excitement will take over, that which will really help me. But the point is it's just those little pinpricks of light you see at the end of that dark tunnel. You just got to remember that they're there. And as I said, coming back around to the musicians that we lost in the last 24 hours or so, you only get one life. You only get one crack at it. And if you are going to choose to end it, try and think about leaving some kind of mark on the world. That was always my aim. Winterstorm, my old band, we played Bloodstock, we played abroad, we released 3 albums. That was my life objective. I've left my little mark on the world. It's nothing really substantial, but it is there, And just think about it, trying to achieve something before, if you are thinking about leaving, just think about something you can achieve beforehand, because when you do achieve that thing, that may spur you on to something else, and those something else's may keep you going. Just my thoughts. That's not medical advice, that's not sounded medical advice or expert advice or anything. That's just what I think. I think sometimes you can just kind of hop from one struggling with a word here. Wow, really struggling with a word. You can basically hop from one this is the illness, this is. Usually I'm pretty good with words, but it's gone. But you can go from one let's just say happy point, for the sake of ease. You can literally go from one happy point or one small objective to the next. And before you know it, you know you've got those targets, and then you've got something to work towards. And if that's what keeps you going, then that's what keeps you going, and maybe on your little journey you'll find your happiness. And that's all I can ask for anybody, is that you try and do your best to try and find whatever makes you happy in life. I'm sorry if I've waffled and been a little bit insensible tonight. As I say, the lack of medication is really playing hell. So literally, if I move my eyes a certain way, it feels like there's popping candy in my head, like there's a sound in my head that just goes voo, voo, voo. It's really, really strange, and definitely not myself. Well, I'm not the me that I want to be. I'm unmedicated, but if this is unmedicated, I think I'd rather be medicated, to be honest, because these emotional flare-ups are ridiculous. But anyway, I am still planning on doing my music reviews. It's getting the willpower up to edit them, because it's such a long process. I'm nearly done on the last one that I did, so I'll try and get that out soon. I'm going to try some writing soon as well. Nothing big, literally. I've got a couple of concepts that I want to run past, and I'll literally put them on Facebook, I think, is where I'll put them. And every few days there'll be like another little bit. So I'll put those out there, so if anyone wants to get in touch with me on Facebook, by all means do. And we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'm waffling. My bad. So I'll call it there. So guys, if you've got anything that you want to comment on, anything you want to ask me about, anything you want to request me to cover, I am a state. Look at me. Christ. No, never mind, eh? But yeah, if you've got any kind of feedback, anything, or if you just want to natter about music, Games Workshop, Transformers, then bring it to me. You know, I'm not particularly social at the moment. I need to work on that, and those are my strong subjects. So you know, if you want to natter with me about anything, bring it on. I promise to do my best to be an interesting conversationalist, and I won't talk about myself. I tend to talk more about the other person than I do myself. So yeah, with that, guys, I'll do a video next week, and I may try and do a sneaky one at Bloodstock as well, because I have to take a smartphone because of having to prove that I've had my COVID injections and my lateral flow test is negative. So I have to take a smartphone with me, so I'll take an old one, so I might actually be able to get to give you to do a short video for next week. But for Bloodstock, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So with that, guys, thanks so much for watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I really appreciate it. I lost someone recently. I don't know who it was, and I don't know why it happened. Probably because I'm not putting out the content they want, which is fair, you know. But I am trying, guys. I really am. So with that, I wish only the best for you, and stay strong and stay safe. And I will see you next week. Catch you later.